Hello, 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 and welcome back to Joe Daddy's Garage and a Monday night live stream here at the garage. Ta-da! I hope everybody's doing well. Um, if you're just checking in, just want to see what's going on, we do this live stream on Mondays at 7 in the evening, and we also do one at Thursday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, reason for that is Monday night, it's in the evening, people are home from work, and they want to waste an hour or so listening to me ramble on about stuff. On Thursdays, we try to do it so that people from other parts of the world can join in easier, people from Europe and whatnot. So, what we try to do on the stream is talk about cars, stuff we have problems with, ideas, where we're at in our projects, how things are, progressing, problems, whatever. And we try to focus on that. If you have a question, by all means, ask it, and we'll see if we can't answer it for you. If somebody gets a good answer, they get a bell for having a good answer for the question, even if it's me. Sometimes I give myself a bell, and we also give out random bells for various people who show up, and whatever. It can change week to week and day to day, just like everything happening in the world, right? Yeah. Okay. So again, it is Monday, and I'm hoping that everyone is doing well. So right off the bat, we have Rick Stevenson checking in, and I'm going to give Rick a bell because he gave me coffee, and I like it. Thank you, Rick. Troy checking in. Hey, Barry and gang, hope this is a good week. I hope it stays a good week or becomes a better week for all of us. I'll also point out, if you're watching the stream and I get kind of blurry and fuzzy, it's not you. It's my internet service. Just kind of hang out. It'll correct itself eventually. Brendan checking in from Brendan's Garage in New Zealand. Hey, guys, hope all is well. Lockdown here in New Zealand. So I get to see a live stream again with Barry after missing a lot of them. Brendan, well, I'm glad you're here, Brendan. I'll give you a Brendan bell. Even though I hate it for you that you're in lockdown. Nandu checking in. Glad you're here. And let's see. We have Stephen Jolly. Hi from Sydney, Australia. We have been in COVID lockdown for 9 weeks now. Luckily, I have my 53 Chevy 3100 project to keep me busy. Well, I'm glad you have a project. And I will say, I've seen some pretty distressing, I'll say, videos. If I'm checking out TikTok or different, social formats, and I see videos of how they're handling people over in Australia, it's kind of bothersome. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised and shocked. It just seems overbearing at this point, and I'm not sure exactly why. I know they keep telling us there's this COVID and there's this variant and all these other things, and they play with the numbers and percentages to try to make it go one way or the other, depending on who they want to influence. So I really hate it for Australia and New Zealand and wherever else that they're locked down. Crash Rider, good evening from a very muggy and hot southern Indiana. I see 12 waiting, but only 4 likes. You're going to like it, so hit that button now. Yes, hit that like button, definitely. Brendan, not okay. He's talking to Nan. Dan Shader checking in. Glad you're here, Dan. Really am. I got a few talking back and forth. Jack W. Hi, Barry. Here working on the car. Good to hear, Jack. Richard Byrne, greetings from Hope everyone is doing well. Doyle Walker says hello. Dawn's Manufactory. Dawn, hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna say this, and those of you that are watching, go check out Dawn's channel. Go click on Dawn's menu. Not right now. Stay here. But when we're done, go to Dawn's Manufactory and check out his channel. He's doing some cool stuff on there. He really is. So he needs to have more viewers and get more views and all that sort of thing. So check out Dawn. Blue Healer. I like that name. Hi, Barry, from very smoky northern Nevada. Yeah, I know there's a lot of fires going on out there, which is scary. Yeah, scary stuff. So blue heeler, I do like that name because I've long thought that I wanted a blue heeler dog, but not at this point. We have pets, and we're not going to add any more at this point. Boogie Bum checking in from my lawnmower. I'll give you a bell. At least you're listening. That's cool. Terry Dolbo, I guess. Hi, I'm here. How are you doing? I'm doing great, and I'm glad you're here. Austin Baxter, hello. Hoping to get my rear kit next week that I ordered 15 weeks ago. This is another thing we've talked about, the whole delay in pieces and parts and all that sort of thing. Now, I'm not saying that there's suspicious things going on, but when you have cargo ships sitting off the coast and they can't get in to deliver their products, that affects every single thing that we are in our way of life. Even though they're coming from China, everything's made in China these days. But there's cargo ships. I forget how many they said right now are sitting off of the coast of California, and apparently they can't get them in and get them, get them unloaded. So that's another thing. I've seen videos of people at shipping facilities where there's nothing there, or there's very little cargo and stuff there for them to even move. So they blame it a lot on people not wanting to work. We all know how that is being manipulated. Anyway, Shane is checking in. Hey, people, missed last week. Got LASIK. Well, I hope that went well. I've considered doing that, but I just haven't. But I hope it went well for you. Rick, insurance company is disputing my claim for the damage to my car. If they refuse to pay, I'm going to have to give up the car. Insurance companies suck. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. I mean, how would they dispute your claim? We know it was damaged. That's not cool. Doyle, my brother has been keeping up with my build and went and picked up a project of his own Saturday, 61 Impala 4-door hardtop. I like the 4-door hardtops. Those are cool. They really are. Cool cars. And it's a 61 too. So that's got the bubble, right? The back glass is like a bubble. So you've got a little tiny, what would be in this case, you could say a C-pillar, but it has a little tiny C-pillar. So you have very little in the way of your line of sight. Harvey, hello from Human, New Jersey, watching from the garage with Tina tonight. Good. I'm glad you're here. Brendan is talking to Harvey. Larry, hi, folks from Okinawa, in lockdown with my Aussie and Kiwi friends here. Wow. Okay, so we have Larry from Okinawa. Okay. I don't think we've had anybody from Okinawa before. So welcome, Larry. Glad you're here. Doyle. Yes, bubble top. Cool. Good. Okay. We see we've got 33 people watching currently. And just out of curiosity, I want to go back and look. Let me see what the numbers are. Because we've got to get those likes up. Got to get the likes up. 19 likes, 45 views, 35 viewers. So 19 likes. It's a start. All right. So currently, I've been, working on I have worked on the gauge cluster for Jade, and I've talked about it previously. It's all installed. It's all in place. And I've released 2 videos on that. The first one was the assembly process, getting all the gauges in the bezel. The sequence is scored. I'll say that. You got to get the wiper switch in place before you put everything else in place. Just so you know. There's also a block off plate for the brake light sensor or brake light. That gets blocked off so you don't see it. I think it uses it within the internal speedometer. So anyway, I did the video on that, and then I did the second video, which was hooking up and putting in place all of the sensors. So the oil pressure sensor, the temperature sensor, the speedometer, which was a bit more of a challenge than I had hoped. And then, of course, running the wires inside the car. and the next video will be a follow-up. It'll be should be hopefully, I know it'll be part 3, but hopefully everything goes smooth. Because I'm trying to keep these videos from being an hour long. YouTube doesn't like an hour long video. They don't even like a half-hour long video. So my goal is 10 to 20 minutes, somewhere in that range. And hopefully this next one I can whittle it down and get the information out there so that everybody can, get something out of the process. And there may be some information on these. I'm putting this in that'll help a lot of people, because there's, I always take a different approach. I tend to take a different approach. People will point that out, that I don't always follow the so-called norm. And I kind of venture off at different angles sometimes and find a different way to do things. And sometimes it's easier and sometimes it's not, but at least it gives somebody a different perspective on how you could approach the project. So I think there will be some good information on the third video that'll be coming out soon. Let's see. Harvey and Brendan, Rick Stevenson, gauges are looking good, Barry. Yes. Yeah, I'm very happy with how they look right now. One of the only things, and it's pretty minor, but one of the things that I did not take into account, again, maybe I didn't even consider it, and I talked about this last week, is the, let's say the rheostat, where you can control the gauge lights, getting brighter or darker. You can't do that with this system. At least not that I've found. It's basically it's on or it's not, which isn't that big of a deal, but it's kind of cool, to have that function. You can dim your light a little bit. We all used to do that. So anyway, I think it'll be fine. I kind of wish there was a way, and maybe there is, with the advance in LEDs, you can order these with different color LEDs. I almost wish they would put different color LEDs in the system, and then there was a way that you could toggle to go between the different colors. That would be kind of cool. But they don't do that. 68 Mustang Ragtop. Hey Barry, just finished rewatching your fender patch video to build courage to start my own. Remove the headlight bucket today. Why no one makes this part as a replacement is beyond me. They don't make that as a replacement? I have not researched that. So you're saying for a 68 they don't? Because I have not researched that. But it's good to know if they don't, because I know the other car that's up in the garage would probably need the right side. I think it's broken. So that may be something I need to pursue. Jack, I've been absent for a few weeks. What's going on with the Mustang that you were going to convert to fastback? I don't have a space for it yet. That's the only holdup right now. Well, there's other holdups, but for the moment, I can't get it here because I'm not going to put it in the driveway and throw a tarp on it. I've got too much stuff sitting outside as it is. So I've got to get this car done, which it's very close right now. It's very close. I point out that I redid the vent window video. Well, I shot more video on the vent window and the glass. So all the glass is in on the passenger side. It's in on this side too, but I have to take it back out to redo this vent. I got to reseal some things. But that's the plan, is to get this thing all together, clean up the garage, get all the stuff out of here that I don't need, including a car that's up on the lift, get all that stuff out of here, and then get the, and I may get the coupe here, even with the car that's on the lift that needs to go away. Anyway, I get the coupe here, and then I can start doing other things. Now, I still need to probably make a road trip and pick up the sheet metal, which I hope is still available. I hope I can still get the sheet metal. That's the other holdup. And I may be making a long road trip to pick it up rather than have it shipped. because I can drive and pick up stuff. What I'm thinking of doing whenever I do it is I may pick up if it all works out when I make this road trip, I may pick up a complete one-piece floor pan just to have here, just to have, and then of course the fastback stuff, and then I can go from there. But that's kind of where I'm at. Got to get stuff out of the way before I can bring more stuff in. Austin, I have new headlight buckets on my 68. I believe I got them at CJ's. Oh, okay. Well, I was pretty sure they were made, but 68 Mustang ragtop. I'm referring to the inner structure behind the actual headlight bucket. New England car, lots of rust in there. Yes. Okay. Now I got you. On the okay, so we got. Wait a minute. So 68 Wally is checking in. Lost track of time. Good evening. Glad you're here. Larry Fordyce. Austin is right. CJ's does have them. They call them bowls instead of buckets. Yeah. Well, he's actually talking about the inner structure behind the bucket or bowl that holds the splash guards and that sort of thing in place. All that assembly in the back, which surprisingly enough, a lot of these cars rusted there. They just because they did, and even on this car, I had to rebuild, parts of the bucket backing piece, whatever you want to call it, to get it right. Let's see. Dan, like to see the Triumph tank next to Jade. The colors look similar, but I know they're not. Yeah, they're not. And what we're talking about here in this conversation, if you've been following along, my videos, I've been doing nothing but the Mustang. Nothing but. And I wanted to switch gears a little bit and take care of some things. So I'm doing some more videos on the Triumph, the motorcycle. And so I've done some work to it. I've actually painted the gas tank and clear coated it, which I'll go grab it. I'll go grab it and show it to you. It looks pretty good. But I painted it, and I'm working on some of the brackets and different things that need to go inside of the frame to support modules and different things. And it'll soon be finished. So hang on a minute. I will go grab the gas tank for the Triumph, and we'll get a look at it up against Jade. Let me remove that. Enjoy the view for a moment without me blocking. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay. This is not the same color by any means. It's really not. And same effect. It looks blue, and it's not blue. This is really green. This is more green than Jade. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? This is it. Trust me. Not blue. Not blue. I don't even know if I could take a picture of it and make it look. And I don't know. Let me see if I just want to, just out of curiosity. I probably can't even make it change color with my camera phone. Nope. So anyway, it is not blue. This is so green. This is so green. This is crazy. There's no way to, okay. I got to put this back. I got to put it back. I'll be right back. That's crazy. That is crazy, because that tank is green. It is not blue. My shirt's blue. That's actually pretty close. I don't get it. We've talked about this before. Need more drink. Okay. So that's what I've been doing on as far as like the last, well, today and yesterday. I think I did a little work on it on Saturday as well. So once I want to get the motorcycle done, it's only going to take probably tomorrow. I should be able to get, well, tomorrow if we don't go do some other things with my wife, either tomorrow or Wednesday, I should be able to finish up the welding of the brackets and that sort of thing. I've got to do a little bit of body work to the rear fender, get it ready for paint. And yeah, it'll be pretty close to ready to go. So, and I see the Wi-Fi now has switched again. I've talked about this before, and I was trying to find a way to use my iPhone as a hotspot, but I don't know how. I don't know how to make it connect on the let me see what happens. Let me see if I can do anything with this. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Anyway, I hope everybody's still there because I don't see any more comments. It always freaks me out when I don't see comments because then I don't know that it's working. Don't know that it's working. So leave a comment. Yeah, I don't know how to make that work. So are you still there? Timer's running. There we hear. Okay. All right, there we go. 68 Mustang right top, still here. Okay. Comment, Rick Stevenson, still here. Okay. Woo. Yeah, because I mean, if I don't hear from you, then I'm just gonna I'll just go into story time, just kind of wandering off and going down some sort of trail. Thumbs up from Rick, Don's Manufactory. Okay. All right. Okay. Because otherwise, if I don't see some sort of response, I'm like, are we still on, or is it just me? Larry says, we're drinking beer. Okay. Well, I hope it's something good. I know you're in Okinawa, but I hope it's something good. Willie Goodman, good evening all. Austin Baxter, story time from Grandpa Joe. Okay. Troy said, I'm still here, but I'm frozen. Okay. Hang in there. Austin says, appreciate all the support, Barry. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad we're here and able to do this. And I'm hoping I'm still functioning. But anyway, I'm glad we're here and able to do this. Okay, so Terry, what Iron Man on the cabinet? Sort of on the cabinet. Dawn, slugging away on the subframe connectors today. Cool. Glad you're taking care of that. Again, shout out to Don's Manufactory. Check out his video channel, his YouTube channel after we're done here. Ed Cucciarella. I have seen the cargo ships off the coast of LA, Long Beach. It is sad. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's what and that's what I was getting to is even though, we have some internet issues or we have delays in parts coming in and we have, we don't want to get too far into the political world, but we have a lot of crazy stuff going on. We're still, in the U.S. doing relatively good. We have to admit that. Even with the problems and everything going on around the world, you look at some stuff and you're like, what is what is going on with all the other, crazy stuff in Afghanistan and that sort of thing. Um, so even with all the whatever problems we have right here, it's relatively minor in the grand scheme of things. Ray Buckman working here, good. Troy for another round of coffee, and that'll get me some Krispy Kremes. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate that. Dawn, Iron Man on the blue chest of plastic drawers. Well, sort of. He's actually kind of levitating at the moment. He's not on the drawers. He's levitating. Troy, you're good again. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, we have Mason checking in. Mason Fox. Glad you're here, Mason. Okay. So as I was saying, there's all kinds of crazy stuff in the world, but we are still in my opinion, probably in the best country in the world. Just my opinion. I know there's other people may think differently, but I'm just saying that's where we're at. And I think we can, for the most part, agree to that. I think so. There's always room for improvement in every society. There's always room for improvement, but we're happy to be where we're at in a sense. Troy, Savannah Port is full of ships, container trucks all over the road. See, same thing. Mason, nice hat. I went to the Harley store and got me a Harley Davidson hat. Well, good for you, Mason. Shane, don't say too much or the boys will gank your tweeter. Yeah, I don't want that. Don't want that. Okay. I will say now, I went to a cruise in on Saturday, and let me tell you, it wasn't a very big cruise in, but it had some interesting cars, and I posted some pictures on Facebook, and there was a Maverick there, like a drag Maverick, had big fat slicks under the back of it. There was a Camaro there, a '67 Camaro drag car, pretty nice looking stuff. Oh, Jeff, awesome, man. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. So there was some cool stuff there, and of course there was the Corvette row where you've got people driving the whatever they are now, C6, C7, C8. I don't know what the numbers are, which is cool. I mean, I like seeing the cars. It's a new Corvette. It's going to look fantastic, and it does. But along with that, there was a couple of trucks there that really I was really impressed with. And I'll tell you why. The first one that I took my notice was it was either an 88, and I know this is kind of new, right? It was either an 88 or an 89 Silverado. And it was cool because it only had 26,000 miles on it. Now, I had one of these trucks. I had a 91 Silverado. It was a V6 5-speed. It was, a cheap truck, but it's all I needed at the time. That's the first new vehicle I ever bought. 91 Silverado, black with a red interior. And I put, truck rally wheels on it. And I dropped the back end 2 inches. And I actually pulled the, on the back it had Chevrolet. I pulled that off of the tailgate and polished it so that it was smooth. And I loved that truck. I did. But the point being, when has anybody seen an 88, 89, 90 Chevy truck that with only 26,000 miles on it? This thing was immaculate. I was amazed. Everything under the hood was there, clean. It was, it wasn't like they went over, crazy cleaning it up. It was spotless. The interior, everything. So I was really impressed by that, because even the bed, there was no scratches in the bed. There were no dents in the bed. It was basically like a showroom truck that had 26,000 miles on it. And I've always liked those trucks. I really have. And this had the 350 in it, 5.7 liter, automatic. I mean, for a hot rod truck, and to me, that's a hot rod truck, really. Little short bed, V8 automatic, have fun with it. But it was really sharp. The other one, it stood out to me because I had a 72 Chevy short bed, 4x4. There was a 71 Chevy long bed 4x4 V8 with a 4-speed in it. And this thing, it was never redone, and it was beat up. I'll just put it that way. They never it would had had patina, but there wasn't a straight panel on this truck. And I looked at it, and it had some it had you could see witness marks of where it had stickers. So I think it was like a state truck or a forestry service truck or something along those lines. Um, it was a half ton, and it was dented up kind of all over the place. Now they had worked on it and hammered out all the dents they could to make it look decent, and also it had a wood bed floor in it, or wood floor in the bed. So you don't see. Well, it's a long bed 4x4 71 Chevy. You don't see those. You really don't. And not one that's never been cut up or modified, or it was just there. So it was really cool to see that. Uh, there were a few other cars there. There was a 57 Chevy, and I've talked about 57 Chevys before. 55, 6, and 7. I like the cars, but they are not. I'm not as thrilled with them as I am, later cars in the 60s. So there was a 57 Chevy there. And what was cool about it is it had dual 4 barrels on it. And the guy said, I don't know, I heard him talk and it sounded like he was trying to say these were original. If so, I don't know if I can truly believe him or not. But it had dual 4 barrels on it. And I don't know what the transmission was. But the car was black. The chrome looked really good, and it was a 30-foot car. As I started getting closer to it, the paint was coming off this car all over the place. There were bubbles in the rocker panel, bubbles on the door, bubbles on the quarters, the big separation point up on the trunk lid, and I was like, oh man, because the paint, it was shiny. It looked really, really nice. But the closer you got to it, the more downhill it went. And I really felt bad for the guy. I mean, it was a cool car, but it needed to be completely taken apart and done over. It was just not good. Crash Rider, gee, I thought you had a parakeet sitting on your shoulder, and then I realized it was just Iron Man. Yeah. He's actually kind of in hover mode right now. It just looks like he's sitting on that plastic case. Mason, what did the 67 Camaro have for a engine? It was a big block. I'm assuming a 454. It was pretty nice. Pretty nice car overall. Ray Buckman, it's sad going to some car shows, a lot of new stuff, not a lot of great older stuff. Yeah, and that was the thing. At least I've been to shows or cruise-ins where the local Corvette club shows up and they'll put all their cars on one row, and that's great. I like Corvettes. They're a fun car to drive. Do I want to have one every day? No, I'm not that interested in it. But it's nice that they at least put them in one section to where if you want to look at them, they're all there. If you don't, you can just kind of wander off and go to other things. So, all right. So, yeah. Answered Mason. Steve, hello, Joe Daddy. I like your work on a 65 Mustang fastback in building. Cool. Good for you, Steve. Fastback too. Awesome. Shane, people convert 4 to 57 Chevys into 2-doors now. Kind of ruins the market. That is true. In fact, there is what's the guy? He's got a YouTube channel. I follow him on Instagram. I don't follow him on YouTube, but he's got an Instagram channel or page, whatever. And that's what he does. He goes around and he finds a 4-door and cuts it up and turns it into a 2-door, which he does a great job. But again, like you're saying, it takes away from the real 4-doors or real 2-doors, and it kind of devalues everything in a sense. Troy, last show I went to was full of small imports with the fart boxes for exhaust. Yeah. Well, I didn't see any of those. There was there was one interesting car. It was a, I think it was a Triumph TR7 or something, I think. And when they had the hood up, I looked at it. I don't know if it was a stock engine in this thing, but it's on the badging on the side. It's a I don't know, 3.2 liter or something along those lines, and it was a V6. I don't know if they came with them or not. I have no idea, but it fit in the car and it looked decent, you know. So if somebody modified it, they did a pretty good job. It did look pretty good. So, you know, but that was one kind of interesting. And that car was probably like an 80, like, I don't know, 78 to 84, somewhere in that range. So it was cool. And then there was one of the cooler things was, you know, I have a thing for, I like the 55, 6 and 7 trucks, Chevy trucks. I like those more than I like the cars, just because. And this one had all the right things. Had a later model engine. It was all custom, later model engine, and it had the big back glass. I like those trucks with the big back window, and I think they look amazing. You get that little window, and it just kind of doesn't look as impressive, but you get that big, great big back window, and it looks really good. There was another car there that you don't see very often. It was a Pontiac. I want to say Le Mans, but I can't say for sure. But it had the what is it, 389 with three deuces on it, I think is what was under the hood. So that was cool. You see the three deuce cars. You don't see them very often, you know, but it was kind of cool to see that. There was oh some later, you know, other Camaros. Like I said, there was two Mavericks actually. One was a drag car, and one was just a regular 6-cylinder Maverick. But oddly enough, it was a manual car, and instead of having a 3-speed transmission, it had a 4-speed transmission. So I don't know if that was an option or not, or maybe they just put a 4-speed shifter knob on it. I don't know, but there was, you know, it was cool to see basically an unmolested Maverick sitting there. Tempest, that might be it. Tempest, I mean, Le Mans Tempest, I think it's the same size car. I took some pictures. I posted the pictures on Facebook, and if I could find, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Hold on. But maybe it was a Tempest. Maybe so. But it definitely had the three deuces in it. Really well done. It was nice. And it was a 4-speed car too. And I was telling you before about the and I know, and I'm just looking at it, really doesn't the pictures don't do it justice. But this was that 88 Chevy truck. I mean, there was nothing on there that was wrong. Even his seat, everything. And I was really surprised when I saw that it had 26,000 miles on it. But it was pretty spotless. And then this is the drag Maverick. Now, it was a cool car, but the black stripes that are on it didn't do it for me. I don't know why they put those on there. It just didn't look right. There was a Super B behind it. That was pretty cool, you know. And then see if since Mason was asking, there's the big block in the Camaro. I know it's hard to see on the thing, but the car was black with yellow stripes on it. It was cool. Oh, this is that unmolested 71 Chevy long bed. Like I said, you don't see that very often. You just don't see it. I don't know if I have any other. I don't know if I took. I don't think I took any pictures of the Triumph or whatever it was. Yeah. Rick, I got the 74 F350 project running and fixed the brakes on it this past weekend. Truck had been sitting in it for about 2 years. Still needs a lot of work. Yeah, I'm sure it does. But I'm glad you got the brakes fixed. That's a good sign because now you can go and stop, right? Clark, hi Barry. A lot of TR7s ended up getting V6 swaps. Back then, V8 swaps weren't uncommon, and the TR8 was a thing as well. TR8 had a 3.5 liter V8, and a 5-speed. You sure it was a V8? Because I know this car had a V6. It was the engine was only like this long, and it was only 6 spark plugs. So, but maybe I'm wrong. Harvey looked like a tri-power GTO. Was that a GTO badge on the front fender? It might have been. It might have been. Stephen Jolly, a problem we have in Australia is all our two-door muscle cars from the 60s and 70s have become highly collectible and cost $150,000 plus. So out of what the average out of what the average guy can afford. Yeah, I'm sure. But I don't know, who can afford to buy that stuff. I really don't. Doyle had a 72 Maverick Grabber. I put a 289 in it. It was fun to drive. I always liked the Grabber striping. Yeah, the Grabber was cool. Terry looks like a Grand Prix. Yeah, it looks like a Grand Prix, but I don't know if it is or not. I should have maybe done a little more homework on the car itself. I know that. Let me see if I can pull it back up one more time. I don't think I took a shot. Yeah, I didn't get a shot of the quarter panel. Definitely a Pontiac. Oh, it is a GTO. GTO. Whoever said GTO gets the bell. Whoever said GTO, because it's on the dash. Right there. Got it. GTO. Really nice car, though. Really nice car. So Harvey gets the bell. GTO. Got it. Doyle. Okay, Doyle. Yeah, it was. We resolved that it was a GTO. Shane, I would rather see a dinged up classic patina vehicle than a newer mint vehicle. That's just me. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, I like to see the ones that are survivors sort of thing, and still being used and driven. And a new one at the cruise in just doesn't. I'm like, well, I could have went to the dealer and looked at that. That's why I look at it. Brendan. Oh, he's talking to Steven. He bought a 72 XA351 GT5 coupe for $10,000 back in 04. Hate to think what it is worth now. Yeah. James Self, is Jade completed? Not yet. It's close. It's close. And I've kind of said it before that I think I've said it before. I've been working on this car every day. And I need to do a couple other things. So I'm trying to get the motorcycle done that I started, get that finished. Gives me a little break, little separation, step away from something for a little bit, finish something else, come back to, the car and get it finished. But it'll be soon. It will be soon. Dave, good evening. Late Dave here. Well, you're the first Dave to show up as far as I know. So you may be late, but you're also first. So you get the Dave bell. Dawn, Betsy is going back together with Patina. Yeah. That's okay. Stephen Jolly, your 72 XA351 GT in Australia should fetch about $300,000. Yikes. Yikes. 300,000. That, yeah. Okay. What will a 68 coupe bring over there? V8, automatic, power steering, power brakes, air conditioning, digital gauges, all new carpet, fresh paint. What do it bring over there? um, anyway, Shane is saying Betsy looked really good before you tore her down, in my opinion, Don. Yeah, it was a pretty good looking car, but Don found some stuff that made him go deeper. So again, if you have not, go check out Don's channel, Don's Manufactory, and get a look at it and see what he's been doing to that car. So another shout out. Brendan, 68 Mustang Coupe in New Zealand, about 70,000 here. Woo! I would take that. Larry, 45 to 55 in Japan. Well, I'd even take that. Why not? Nick is checking in. I'm glad you're here, Nick. Ed, need some help on what sealer to use. Throwing those words around, messing me up. We're putting the bed panel back in the Ranchero. I was just going to put brushable seam sealer. The bed panel. So when you're talking about the bed panel, because I'm probably unfamiliar with how that's assembled, I know on those cars, are you talking about the full pan, or what exactly is it? Does it bolt in? I'm not familiar with it enough to be able to probably give you a good answer. Brushable seam sealer is going to cure pretty fast, like skin over. It may work, but it's going to skin over really fast, just the way it is. So if you're looking for something to bond the two together, that may not be the best choice. There are other sealers out there that, maybe somebody else has a better suggestion, but there's probably some other sealers out there. Now, again, I'm not familiar with, you say, the bed panel. I'm not sure how that interacts. Is there a section that's, like it bolts in or something? Because I don't know. Don, thanks for the plug, Barry. Yeah, they need to check out your channel, Don. Brendan, I'll check you out after this stream, Don. Okay, good. Shane, Nick's here. It's party time. Yeah, I'm glad Nick's here. Harvey, I went to cruising last week with Tina, and a nice older lady told me not to feel bad about the dull paint and primer black rear panels. I laughed and said I like it that way. Don't feel bad that your car looks so bad. That's awesome. I actually had, when I was driving the 55 Chevy to cruise in, it was just a rat rod. Had, patina like all over the car. And I had several people walk up to it and, man, this car's going to look really good once you get it painted. And I was like, oh, no, it is painted. I'm done. This is all I'm doing to this car. And they were like, what? You're not going to finish it? I said, no, it is finished. It's done. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going any further. That's how it is. And they were like, oh, shaking their head. It was funny. Carson, it's not designed for a steel bed or for exterior. Yeah, you're talking about the seam sealer, right? Jack D, first timer, hello Barry, 68 Mustang Coupe. I'm replacing driver's side vent window assembly. Do I pull window out first before pulling vent window assembly? Thanks in advance. I'm actually working on some videos for that right now. The way this works is, and I'll tell you, I fought with these because I did not know what I was doing when I started taking this apart, taking the door glass out. And I can give you some good information. First thing you need to do, once you get the door panel off the car, roll your window up, go in the bottom of the door, and there's a rubber block. It's about this thick. Okay, about that long. about that wide. It's a rubber block. That is a down stop for the window. And what that means is when you roll the window down, it hits that rubber block and it stops it from going any further. Remove that. It should pry out. What that'll do is allow the glass to go all the way down to that metal piece that's in there and give you some more room. The second thing, you can unbolt the vent window. Now, there's the two adjustments. There's one down at the bottom and one up in the upper section in the front. And then there's two bolts that go up in the top section. There's a long bolt and a short bolt. You can remove all those. Take out those two bolts, remove the nuts off of the adjustable pieces. Then take an Allen wrench, turn the adjusters in. If you can, make a note of where they're at, roughly, if you can guess, roughly where they're at. Turn those in, right? And then you'll be able to rotate the window and get those out of those holes. Because once those are out of those holes, then you can kind of bring the window up. It's going to take some manipulating. But the thing is, once you get it up, there are 3 holes on the forward part of the door. Okay? I think there's 3, about that big around. There's one for the little bolt that goes in the front. There's an open hole, and then there's another one for the adjuster. As you bring it up, you're going to rotate it to get that upper adjuster in that middle hole. Put your Allen wrench back on that and remove it. Take it all the way out. Now you can raise the vent window up higher. When you raise it up and tilt it to the back, that other adjuster, bring it up to that same hole or one in the vicinity, put your Allen wrench on it, remove that adjuster. Your whole window will come out. That's all you got to do, just like that. Piece of cake. So you get the window out, then you can roll the window up, and there's 3 screws. There's one in the center, one on each end of the window. Remove those 3 screws, and the glass should come out. The rest of the regulator and tracks and all that sort of thing. The only conflict that I ran into that made it difficult, because I put these together thinking I was done, put the rubber seals in, and the fuzzies, and realized that I had to take the windows back out. It's a lot easier. And 2 things. It's easier if you don't have the rubber seal on the outside, the outer portion of the door. It's easier to get that out. Unfortunately, the replacement stuff that they sell now are pretty crappy. They don't lock in very well. They're going to take screws to hold those in, just so you know. So they're going to clip in and also take screws in between the clips to make it fit right. So once you get the vent window out, take out those screws and get the glass out, then it's up to you whether you want to replace those seals or not. But the seals should actually go in last. So if you're going to if you're already planning on replacing those, take those out before you start doing all the other removal stuff. But be thankful that the 67 and 8 windows are easier than the 65 and 6 windows. Nick, I'm the Spuds McKenzie of the group. Sweet. I'm glad you're here, Nick. Just don't weld yourself into the car again. Carson, recommendation on what you can spray if I don't want to paint my car. It's a striped 67 Mustang coupe in bare steel. Can I stay and be driven in? Oh, okay. So you don't want to paint the car, but it's bare metal right now. Stripped. Okay. I mean, epoxy is going to be the best thing to put on the car, but it's not going to have durability. And by that, I mean, the paint itself is tough as can be. It is tough to sand, tough to remove, but I don't believe that it has UV protectants built in. So, but if you have an epoxy that is UV resistant, you could just spray it with epoxy. Otherwise, you may end up spraying it with epoxy and then spray it with some sort of flat clear or something to try to lock it in. So look up what you have for options for the epoxy and go from there. But just know that I'm pretty confident that most UV or most epoxies are not UV resistant. So it will break down in the sun. Can't say how long, but that's a problem. Nick, I shaved the vents off my cowl and went to use some of those modern plastic spray nozzles. Do they just snap into place because it looks like they do? Curious if you knew my current situation. Okay. There's modern plastic spray nozzles. Oh, you're talking about the ones on the hood? Are you talking about the ones on the hood like a little Honda has and stuff like that? If that's what you're talking about, yeah, they just snap in. You're gonna have to make the hole though. Usually the hole has I think it's a circle and has two little wings on the side. Let's say most of them, to where it starts out round, it flattens out, boxes back, and then rounds out in the bottom again. So just know if you're going to be doing that, you're going to have to be kind of creative with making that hole. So yeah, if you're going to put Honda parts on your Mustang, you're going to have to make it so that you can, make those fit Honda stuff. Ray, I drive my 70 Corvette without front and rear bumper covers. Paint's garbage. Only one older guy gave me a hard time about the way it looks. I understand right now she's my ugly duckling. Hey, drive it. Drive it. Enjoy it. Nick, don't say Honda, but yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they just snap in, which, it's not a bad idea. I'll say that. It's really not. Just other making a hole in the hood, but not a bad idea. When you think about it, and the regular little nozzles, right there, go through a hole in the cowl and spray up through the vent and does the job. But I could see where that would make some sense to do that. And with your car, which is custom anyway, it'll be fine. It'll be cool. Everybody will look at that and go, "Ooh, look, ooh, nitrous." That's what you tell them. Tell everybody those are your nitrous vents instead of your whizzers. Just tell them they're nitrous vents. Ooh. Nick, I'll get something classier off of Volkswagen or something. Well, I was told you can paint them, not in the hood. It will be in the cowl using the same route it had before. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that's going to be tricky, though, Nick. If you're going to put them in the cowl, how are you going to access that to hook the hoses up? Or are you going to just, maybe you'll put the hose on first. Okay, I get it. Put the hose on first and then come out the hole in the front of the cowl. Hopefully, snake it all together. I get it. That'll work. It's NOS, bro. Yeah. And then you could rig it up where that, you could have it just like spray out some stuff on your windshield. Tell them it's NOS. Anyway, so what else is going on out there? What else is going on? Nick, yes, sir. Looks like that would be how I do it. Yeah. And I'm going to go off the tangent in just a little bit, just a little, because I do this, 7:00, and usually for me, that's I'm usually eating something by this time, or 7 or 8, and I'm going to ask a question and see if anybody has had this. I'm sure they have. You've had stuffed green peppers, right? Everybody know what stuffed green peppers are. You got a green pepper. It's got some meat, some rice in it, tomato sauce. You know what that is. My wife is making what they call unstuffed green peppers. Basically, it's the same thing, but it's all in one big pot. So you can just scoop out whatever you want. So I'm kind of thinking about that because I love that kind of food. Just saying. Let's see. Tino, what's up? New subscriber here. I'm glad you're here, Tino. You know what? I'll give you a bell because I've never seen the name Tino before. Can you tell me the origin, where that's from? I gave you a bell for that. But I'm glad you're here. Harvey, could you mount the washers to the wipers? Some cars have that from the factory. That's a thought, but I don't know about that. Let me see. Nick says, yeah, I just don't think that would look very clean. Plus, it's more hoses everywhere. That is true. You're going to have a hose, the special. Yeah. I kind of like this, what you're talking about, Nick. I just hope it sprays a good pattern for you if you ever use them, if you ever use them. Ray, yep, done it with stuffed green tomatoes too. Awesome. I told you, I grew up in Pennsylvania. We have, we had hearty food up there, really hearty food. Clark, green peppers are the classic, but I like to use the yellow and red peppers as well. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. Troy loves stuffed green peppers. I don't know about the unstuffed peppers. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just not, you don't get, you just, I guess she just chops them up, puts them in it's like like a soup kind of thing, a stew kind of thing. Tino. Okay, Celestino is my full name. Tino for short, a lot easier to remember and pronounce. I get that. Yeah. I hope I said it for, this, because Celestino, I guess that's right. I'm only assuming that's right. Shane, I'm pretty sure Sam and I did that with. I'm pretty sure Sam I am did that with green eggs and ham. Yeah. Jack, want to try something good? Stuff an acorn squash with chopped meat, bacon, and spinach. Okay. I would try that. Yes, I would try that. Okay, thank you, Tino. Thank you. I've had pretty good luck with names, pretty good luck with names, but sometimes, yeah. But yeah, Jack, that sounds really good. Acorn squash with chopped meat, bacon, and yeah, that sounds really good. Okay. So Tino, just out of curiosity, where are you from? I mean, are you? Let me know if you're in the States. Just curious. Ray, for the guy with the wiper thing, new cars have the hose behind the wiper so you don't see them. Yeah, that is true. But the hose still has to go in somewhere. There's still some sort of a transitional point for the hose. So yeah, that's a good point. Anyway, what else was there? Oh, let's see. Clark, chicken spinach and diced tomato pizza. Okay, I'll go for that. I'll go for that. I'll bring the cold beverages. Harvey, welcome, Tino. Are you currently working on a project car? Yeah, that's a good question. Good question, Harvey. Nick, all right, hopping off. I have to install my NOS. Take care, all. Glad you're here, Nick. Even briefly, we appreciate you. Glad you're here. Shane, someone offered me a salad the other day. Explained, I don't eat the food my food eats. Yeah. And I'm not trying to get off tangent here. I'm just thinking about, I know what she's making right now. But I'm here with you. I'm here with you. So, so people, you've asked, like I said earlier in the stream, I have the gauges in the car. Second video come out today where I did the sensors and did all the connections for that. The third video will come out this week. And it'll be more about the wiring and getting all that in place. I did have the car backed out today. I had it just sitting outside and was working on the motorcycle. So it was nice to have some space. You know what I mean? Because I have limited space, even though it is a big shop. For most places, this is a big shop, but it was nice to be able to walk around the motorcycle and do some things. And I was doing some welding, so I didn't want to have anything obviously, affect the car. So I'm just happy to have the good weather that we had to get it outside today. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting messages from Chris. I'm getting a message from Chris. I don't know why you're muted, Chris. You should not be muted. You should not be muted, Chris. Chris sent me some emails. What is going on? Chris Greenaway. You should not be muted. Let me look at something. Let me look at something. You're not on the naughty list, Chris. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Sorry to hear you're muted. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Yeah, Chris isn't showing up. I wonder. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can't do anything about it right now. That's strange, Chris. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Larry, where in PA are you from? Pittsburgh. Here, I grew up in Somerset County. So, if you know where that's at, uh, Johnstown would be the biggest city other than Somerset. So, if you're familiar with that, Nandu went this past weekend to a Good Guy show and disappointed, and it was expensive to get in. Well, that's not good to hear. Doyle, you haven't shared any photos tonight, and what is your email address? Okay, email address is at the bottom of the screen. joedaddysgarage@gmail.com. Feel free to send me some pictures. And if somebody, I haven't had anybody join the chat in quite a while, but I don't know what's going on with Chris. I don't know why he's not able to get on the stream. Something doesn't make sense. Because I had a problem with Bob Knoll, as Chris pointed out on my email, and I had to go in specifically and allow Bob to, be a approved user. But I have not had any issues with anybody else that I know of. And Ray is saying not muted here. Yeah, you're not. I don't know what's happened to Chris. I don't know what happened to Chris. So anyway, if you want to share pictures or something, by all means, there's the email address at the bottom of the screen. So is football season starting up again? Because I see the numbers. I only have 34 people right now watching, and we've been averaging about 50. So maybe I don't know what's going on. Now, I'm still waiting on. I've said it before about the 67 coupe. I can't bring it here yet until I have the space for it. So part of the process again is getting the 68 finished up, put together. I wanted to get the windshield in this week. I don't know if that's going to happen. My official assistant, partner in crime, Roger, who lives next door. I don't know if he's gone for the week. I know he was going to visit his son, and anyway, I was hoping to have the windshield in, but if not, I can find other things to do and get done, and just the way it is. I did mention I have a video. I have to finish editing on the glass and get that taken care of. There is, I'm trying to think what the other one was. It was another video that I was working on. Brendan, rebuilt motors back in my 1950 Ford Prefect now. Cool. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Jolie Cox. Good evening, everyone. Glad you're here. So Brendan, let's see. Terry is saying, did he get on late? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Brendan, rebuilt motor. Okay. How is the job, Brendan? I know we've talked about you were having some new the new job where you were checking out cars. Okay, so here, look. Oh, wait a minute. Harvey sent me a picture. Let me pull that up. If it'll load. Whoop, there it is. That's pretty cool. I've always liked the lines on those cars. Just the way it flows looks pretty cool. Now I'm assuming, I mean, all those cars look pretty similar back in that era, but is that a 53 Chevy? I didn't get any email or any information from Harvey on that. Oh, 51 Chevy. 51. Okay. We get one more picture Harvey sent me. Oh, so it's a gasser. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool car. Thank you, Harvey. Let's see. Brendan, new job is going great, Barry. Or great. Thanks, Barry. You're welcome. Brendan, got my motorcycle license now too, so I'm ready to sit my motorcycle inspection test once lockdown is over or is back down to level 2 here. Okay. Well, that'll be good. You know what, Brendan, do you want to get on the live stream? Do you want to get on the live stream? Because I'm curious, have you done more to the Mustang? Because I know we've talked about the Mustang before. Brett Lawrence, greetings from Seattle. Glad you're here, Brett. Let me see here. Okay. So Brett, and he's out. He said he was out in Seattle. Brennan, yeah, can do no further work on Mustang is wanting to finish Prefect first. Okay. Well, I am going to send Brendan an invite. And we'll see if he can get on the stream with us. Because it's always nice to talk to Brendan. And I'd like to see more on his cars. Harvey says the picture on the front showed the front wheels coming off the ground at launch. Very cool car. Yeah. It's hard to see it, but yeah, you can just make it out in that picture. That is cool. That is cool. I was trying to think, was there something else that I needed to bring up? And at the moment, I'm kind of dry on what I was going to talk about. I know that I sent out hats to 3 different people. I sent stickers to another guy. He had actually he wanted like 25 stickers. And I know he said he was a contractor like over, I don't know if he's in Saudi Arabia and doing electrical stuff, I think. And I think that's where he said he was. But anyway, he was talking about taking my stickers and putting them wherever he puts up some electrical stuff. So I hope that works. I hope that works. Bob Shoemaker, hour late, but made it. Well, I'm glad you're here, Bob. I'm glad you're here. We were having trouble with Chris. For some reason, Chris is unable to comment and get on the stream. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna pull up another picture that Dawn sent me from Dawn's Manufactory. This is his subframe connectors. Oh, okay. So that's a different approach, I think. I don't know if I've seen anybody do it like that, but that makes sense to do it on the car, I'm assuming. So it looks like, I'm guessing the floor pan is not welded in yet. I'm guessing you just have it sitting in place. But yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I know you're looking forward to getting this car back down the track. I know you're looking forward to that, Dawn. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to pull this off. And we're going to have Brendan come on and see what's going on with him. Here we go. There he is.
Guys. Hey, Barry.
Hey, how's it going?
Got the boot lid off the prefect at the moment, just doing some rust.
Yep.
There she is. Still just sitting there waiting patiently.
Okay. Now,
see if I'm
you have like, whoops.
Oops. Sorry, just trying to turn it around.
Okay.
Is that better? No. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't remember what the oh. Well, he lost himself. We're gonna have to get him to come back. Pushing too many buttons, Brendan. We'll give him a second. I'm sure he'll come back. But if you're not familiar, Brendan has a 68 Mustang that he bought, and he also has that Ford Prefect, which is a neat little car. It really is. And he said he just got the engine put back in it. So I'm hoping I'm hoping we didn't lose him. Let me see if I can get him back. Yeah, it's the same link. Okay. Robert Bloxham. Hello all. Glad you're here. Harvey. Brendan has the same problem I do. Wrong button. Yeah. Okay. All right. He's back. We're gonna do another try at this. So there he is.
All Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I was just trying to flip the camera around.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, I could see you. So if I remember correctly, you have new quarters for that car?
Sorry?
If I remember correctly, you have new quarter panels for the 68. Is that right?
New quarter panels and floor. A full floor, which is Dynacorn.
Okay. And you got a helper out there.
Yeah, she's got her wee Mustang out in the driveway.
Oh, okay.
Go and drive that one.
And so you said you got the engine back in the Prefect?
Yep, brand new. Had everything done to it, machine, block. Everything's been done, but unfortunately, after running it in, put about 100 miles on it, it's cracked the exhaust manifold. And so I'm just waiting for another one of them to arrive, and then we can continue on driving it.
So it's not something that can be welded?
Well, you're going to use a certain type of arc rod or braze it or something being cast. I've only got a MIG welder, so I'm sort of not confident enough to weld it up myself.
Okay.
Hop away, please.
So you haven't been able to do much to the 68 then at all?
No. I've been wanting to get the prefect done first, so then I don't have bits of car scattered around everywhere.
Okay. Okay. Well, this isn't going so well.
She's seen the camera and she's like, "Oh, I want to be on there too."
Of course. Of course.
Right, Emily.
Okay. Well, maybe this isn't a good time then.
Emily.
Right.
Mate, might come back on. Right, that's enough, please.
All right.
I'll come back on.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let you go for now. Yeah. Okay. It was nice to have the entertainment. But I want to talk about cars and stuff. That's okay. That's all right. He's spending time with his kids, and that's awesome. That's awesome. Jack, I need a Jody's license plate to go with my Kindigit and Count Customs plates. I haven't even thought about that. That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. I got to see where I can get something made, I guess. Bob Shoemaker, what color was that on the motorcycle tank? The color, I don't know where I put I have a little chip book. It's a European chip book. I can show you the can because I had it mixed up at the PPG store. The color is water blue, is what it's called, water blue. And the code on it is RAL 5021. RAL 5021. So that's all I can tell you. I don't know where I probably have the chip book somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, you know what? But yeah, RAL K7 Classic. So Dan had bought the chip book so that we could have a reference, and RAL 5021 right there. Now, when you look at that, even that looks different than what's here. This looks more like what's on the tank, for sure. But anyway, that's what it is. I got all kinds of stuff. Shane, that was hilarious. Yeah, well, welder, I showed up at the right time. Yeah. Drag Boss at Drag Boss Garage. Hope all is well. Here's some cash for coffee and a snack. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very much. I do. Doyle, Jay looks more green up against your shirt, your blue shirt. Well, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I could agree with that. Crash Rider says he thought maybe it was a seafoam blue. Well, I mean, it's called water blue, so seafoam probably in the same spectrum, I guess. Drag Boss Garage, you're welcome. Thank you. Bob Shoemaker was close looking to the aqua blue on the car. Yeah, but it's not. It's not even. The aqua green on this car and the green on that gas tank, not even close to the same. It's the camera that can't seem to pick up the colors correctly. So anyway, as far as Brendan, sorry, Barry, kids locked down and a camera. Haha. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Keep your kids happy, keep them entertained, enjoy the animals, enjoy your time. If you're going to be locked down, at least have some fun and have some laughs, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, the colors look totally different in person than they do on the camera, and not much I can do about that. Not much I can do about that. So let me tell you something else that's been kind of going on. I've mentioned this before. My wife and I we've long considered finding a property over in Alabama, finding a house or something. And the way property prices are and the crazy stuff going on, um, it may be beneficial for us to try to get over there. And recently, we found two locations, two properties, and the one is very close to all the check marks that we're looking for as far as a property. It has a pretty good sized house. It's not on the lake, but it is a lake view, which is a plus. It has basically an unfinished basement, which is a plus. It's on a little over an acre lot, which is I'd rather have more than that. But it has a 36 by 50 building with a lean-to on the side. There's probably maybe another 10 or 12 feet, breezeway type of space. And I think even the big garage, the big shop, even has its own bathroom. That's a big plus. So we're actually debating on it. We may this is something we're considering, may try to go look at it tomorrow, just because, if it's something that she would be excited about, then we might consider it. But yeah, and there's an HOA on the place, so we have to figure out what that entails. If there's any restrictions, you know what I mean? Because that would not be good. Shane, the little handheld light you bought a while back shows Jade's color better when shined on it. That is true. Maybe I should try that on that gas tank. Jolie Cox, looking to upgrade wheels and tires from 14s. What would be a good size? Looking at the Magnum 500. Well, that's a good question. I don't know I know it's hard to get 14-inch tires anymore. I don't know how hard it is to get 15s. Personally, on this car, I have 17s. They fit nice. They look nice. Now, I don't know if they make the Magnum 500 in a 17 or not. I have no idea. So you may have to investigate. You definitely want to be able to have tires and have choices of tires. Robert, anything to know about the titanium MiG 170 Harbor Freight, good or bad? I've heard good things about those. They have the different versions. They have the cheap Chicago Electric or Chicago Pneumatic stuff, and then I've heard good things about those. Now I don't have one. I'm still using my Lincoln 140T, but I've said it before. If that thing dies, I'll probably go to Harbor Freight and buy another welder from them. I won't buy the Chicago Electric one. I'll buy the titanium, or I forget what the other one is. There's two different upgrades on those. Dawn's Manufactory 15s, no better than 14s. Better like BFG radial TAs. So that sounds like that's your choices for tires, is the radial TAs. Terry, I'll talk to you later. 5 a.m. We'll be here soon. Yep. Glad you were here, Terry. Oh, okay. Wow. I've got two pictures I'm going to download from Larry and show those. Those are pretty cool. Leah. or Lee, Leagc. I don't know how you would. Thoughts on the Shelby drop? I'm not against it. I've heard good things. I've also, I know that some people haven't had, maybe it didn't do exactly what they thought it would do. So I don't have much of an opinion on it. I haven't tried it. I haven't ridden in a car that has a Shelby drop. I know other people have. So if anybody has any input on that question, by all means, let Lee know. Ray Buckman, Cooper Tire still has 15s. Okay. So there's another option. I've got two pictures I want to add to this. So we'll get the first one down. Give it a second. A little thing swirling around. Okay, there's one. And this is from Larry. And this is his 68 Mustang. Check that out. Wait a minute. Man, what's the color on that, Larry? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And they sent me another picture. And he says, my 68 and what cars and coffee events bring out. Locals love these iron boats over here. And this is in Okinawa. So this is from his local cruise in or car show. Yeah, that's pretty nice. This look well done. I want to go back to the other one though. I like this. I like that shot. That's pretty sharp. I like that. I like that. Okay, let's see what we have going on. Shane says Cooper Cobras actually has 14s. Too small, though, in my opinion. Yeah, I would never. I'm not a fan of the 14-inch stuff. I just couldn't make myself put it back on the car. Hi, Barry. I named my build Mustang due to the rust. A lot of new panels replaced. Thanks to your videos, it solved many issues I came across on my 65 coupe. Very nice to hear that. Venus. I don't know. Venus. Brett says, looks good, Larry. Yep. Larry, it was a rainbow color, special green color. Interesting. I don't think honestly, I've never seen a Mustang painted that color. Ever. I don't even know what, was that the original color for that car? Because that would make it even more interesting. Doyle, I bought a clutch MIG 140i inverter from Northern Tool. Came with gas gauge 2. Was $289. Very pleased with it. Okay. Take your word for it. Give you a bell for that. Thank you for the information. Let's see. Richard. Jade, the Dakota digital gauges. What do you plan to do with the factory harness connections you disconnected for the new sensors? If this will be in part 3, I can't wait to find out. I'll just tell you, I'm not doing anything with them. There's nothing really to be gained. They're just going to be basically left where they're at. I'm not going to pull them out of the harness. I'm not going to cut the ends off. Just going to leave them go. Make sure they're not going to fall into anything or cause problems, because there's really nothing they can do. So at this point, I don't plan to do anything with them. Just keep them out of the way. Larry says, yes, it was West Coast option. Yes, it was original. I am second owner. I'm telling you, I don't know how many of those are painted that color. But that's got to be a very low production number. I'm just saying. It's got to be very low. Because I know they did some crazy colors, but I've never seen that. So that's cool. I'm glad you showed that to us. Glad you showed that to us. Okay. Well, I feel like we're running dry on content, so I'm probably going to call it a day. Now, what I can do, if you want me to, I can bring that. I don't know if I should or not, because that gas tank still is technically still curing. I want to let it sit, so I'm not going to do anything with that. I was going to bring the light on it, but I'm not going to do that. Shane, I saw an orange 66 Mustang guy claim factory color. It actually was. It's called Hoppy Red. Looks orange in person, though. Okay, I've heard of Hoppy Red. Yep. Cool store 187 high, Barry, also from New Zealand. I have a 65 fastback. It came here in 66 and was raced before going on to 15 other owners. I've had it for 26 years. Wow. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I'm hoping you're restoring it, or I don't know what the condition of it is. Okay, I have a couple more pictures that I'm going to pull up. Okay, so I have 3 pictures that I'm going to show you. Let me get the first one up. These are from Brett. Let me get them loaded. Give me a second. Brendan is talking to Cool Store. All right, Shane is checking out. And Rick Stevenson, hope everyone has a great week. Yes. Let me see if I can get this up real quick. Okay, so there's one. And these are from Brett Lawrence. Hold on a second. And he says, I have enjoyed your stream recently. Here's my 66 that my son and I finished a year ago. Mostly some finishing touches left, some paint issues to deal with. And I get to tackle the tail panel replacement. Looks like fun. May have questions or two along the way. Well, that's fine. Good looking car. And here's the other picture. Yeah. Well done. That looks good. That looks real good. I have one more picture to show you. And this picture is from David Healy. David Healy sent me this. Look at this car. I like it. That's pretty sharp. So it's a 67. And I can blow the picture up on my email. That looks really nice. I see it has a chin spoiler on it. I've debated. I have one of those chin spoilers that I got from CJ Pony. And I can tell you that I don't know if I could get it on the car. The thing is, it just doesn't look like it would ever fit the car. Just doesn't look good. But that's a good looking car. Glad you shared that. Okay. And Don said, yeah, he sent some pictures of his frame connectors. Yeah, we showed this earlier. That was right here. Yeah, like I said, Dawn, I know you're looking forward to getting that back on the drag strip. And you'll be able to post more videos of your actual drag races. Larry, nice, love brake tops, but they I guess don't hold up well in typhoons, is what you're saying. Okay. Oh, so Dawn said, sorry, he was cutting steel. Yeah. Again, check out Dawn's channel, Dawn's Manufactory. Give him a look and check out what he's been doing on his on Betsy. So yeah, don't. Yeah, the cars don't hunt up well in typhoons. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna call it a night. It's been good. It's been nice to have a conversation and talk about things. Pretty decent turnout. I appreciate everybody being here. There'll be more videos coming out on the channel, and I look forward to getting those up soon. Pretty soon, I'll be posting, the third video on the gauge setup. I'll probably do something with the glass video on the side. Still need to make a video on putting the windshield in the car, carpet, interior, all that stuff. That'll come, but that's where it's at right now. So, again, thank you for being here. I'm going to go inside and eat some unstuffed green peppers. I'm hungry, but we'll catch you on Thursday. And until that time, take care of yourselves. See ya.